Hello, my name is Stephen Knight. We're going to have a look today at animating in PowerPoint, specifically two areas. We're going to be animating text, and we're going to use the slide master for that, so we can do the animations once and have them the same all the way through, so we get a build effect for our text. And then we're going to have a look at animating smart art diagrams and graphs, and we'll also talk about fixing a little issue that might come up when we go to use the smart art or graph animation in combination with our text. So, step one. I've already gone to the View tab, and in the View tab I'm going to go in about 5 from the left, and you'll see the Slide Master tool. And I'm clicking on the Slide Master, and I've clicked on the main master up the top of the masters. This main master is the one that they all inherit their properties from. Now, what we're going to do next is over on the slide itself, click the body text area, so that's selected. Up on the ribbon, going to the Animations tab. Now, we could use custom animation here, but I'm just going to keep this fairly simple. So, I'm going up to Animate, and I'm going to go with Fly In by first level paragraph, so that each of my main points come in when I click the mouse, so we get a nice build effect. Now, having done that, let's go back up to the ribbon, up to View, and we'll go View Normal. Now, we have now animated our text. And we can see, if I press the F5 function key, just to run the show, as I click and move through, I get my bullet points appearing. And then at the moment, my graph and my smart art just appear without any animation. Now, just pressing the Escape key to return to PowerPoint. Now, I'm going to go back into animation here. I'm on one of my smart art slides. I'm back on animation and selecting custom animation. I am selecting my smart art diagram. On the animation pane that's opened up, I'm going to go to Add Effect and Entrance, and I'm going to Appear. Now, you may need to go to more effects to get to Appear, but I'm going to choose Appear. On the Smart Art panel now, we now see a reference to the content placeholder. If we right-click on that and choose Effect Options, now you'll see here in the Appear dialog, we have a Smart Art Animation tab. This gives us different options depending on what sort of diagram. If we open that up, click on the drop down, and I'm going to say from center 1 by 1, then OK. And if I do a Shift F5 just to preview this slide, and as I click, each balloon appears in turn, and then we're onto the graph. Now, on the graph, again, if I select my graph and I go to Add Effect and Entrance and Appear, again, in the task pane here now, I've got a reference to a content placeholder. If I right-click there and choose Effect Options, you'll notice the tab now says Chart Animation. So it's context sensitive, it's aware of what we're dealing with, and I can choose to have my graph build by series or by category or by element, either in series or category. Now, the last two will give you one column at a time. I'm going to go by series. I recommend you experiment with these different choices. The reason for having them is they help you tell your story. So if you're reporting and you're talking about the different series in the graph, then you could go by series. If, say, the graph was a month-by-month report and you were talking about month-by-month, then you might go by category if we've got months across the bottom. So the idea there is that you choose the approach that actually matches your story that you're telling in your report. So first click gives us the frame. Second click, you'll notice I said by series. So if I was talking about one product range perhaps, and then the sales for another product range, and then the sales for another product range. So if that's the story you're telling, that's the animation you choose. Make sure you pick the animation to help you get your message across. Now I'm just going to press the escape key to bail out there. Now, the glitch. What happens sometimes when you have smart art or a diagram is you can animate the diagram, but what you'll find when you play your PowerPoint presentation is that you have to do 3 or 4 extra clicks at the end to actually get past your smart art diagram or your graph to the next actual slide. Now, the reason for this is sometimes, now this seems to depend on the theme that you choose and the way that that theme is set up to carry characteristics through from the main master to all the different layouts. But what can happen when you go to your slide that's got smart art or a chart that you wish to animate is you'll find over on the animation task pane it says body, master body there. Now that's saying this slide's already picking up animation from the slide master. Now in this case that's a good thing, you'd leave that there. But if you added your smart art animation to this, you've got 2 sets of animation on the one slide, hence the need for the extra clicks at the end to get past. Now the fix for this is you click where it says master body, and if I right click there, I'm going to copy the effects to the slide. Now what you then do is you remove, and that actually removes the pre-existing animation from the master so that you could then animate your smart art without getting 2 sets of animation happening on the one slide. So that's just the little fix there. Okay, so if I go Control Z there a couple of times I can undo that because I do want to keep the animation here. This is just a regular title and text slide. I'm hoping this has made things a little bit easier for you in your workday as you prepare your PowerPoint presentations. My name's Stephen Knight. This presentation is from trainerscope.com. You can email me if you've got suggestions for topics that you'd like me to cover. Stephen, S-T-E-V-E-N, at trainerscope.com. Or you can send me a text message on Skype, stephen.knight, K-N-I-G-H-T.training, or you can also send me a voicemail on Skype and it will convert that to a text message and SMS it to me. So I'll get your message one way or another if you want to give me some suggestions or you've got questions. So thank you very much for your attention.